Hi everybody, it's Julie from Julie's Craft Landing, and it is Thursday, so I am here for Throwback Thursday, and I am going to show you today, we're going to go back and throw back to some paper. This was a DSP pack from last year that is called Picture Perfect Party, and it's the same one that we were throwing back a week or two ago.
Say that 10 times fast.
I know, Picture Perfect Party, and we are going to use up this paper. That's the goal, you know.
Gotta free up room for new paper.
Free up room for new paper. Let's cut it up. So what I'm going to do is show you a fancy fold card today. This is the card this is pretty much the card that we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of a variation to this, just slight changes to it. But this is the card that we're going to do, the fancy fold card that opens up.
Laura says, hi, Julie, and Josh Burdick Photography.
Well, hi,
Laura.
Hi, Laura. Laura, this is Picture Perfect Party paper that we're going to throw back to. And we're also throwing back to this color, which is not a color that we have. This is actually a retired color also, Peekaboo Peach.
Man.
And it matches with this Picture Perfect Party. So
perfect for spring.
Perfect for spring. We're all in peas today. So, okay. I didn't bring down my displays, but don't forget, we are featuring Southern Serenade for our product of the week. And if you go to the blog at juliescraftlanding.com, my blog is on there. I have now got 3 pictures up there, 3 different cards for up there, and I am super excited about tomorrow's Facebook Friday to show you guys, and I've been working on it, and at the end of this I might do a little sneak peek for everyone to see, because I'm pretty excited about it. So
does it involve choreography?
No. Not exactly. Yeah, that's not really up my alley, but that's okay.
Nice thought.
It's a nice thought. Maybe you could work on something, a little dance for us to go with it?
No, I'm the camera guy.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, let's get started on this. This is what we're making again so that we can see. And keep in mind, this is just, we're doing some subtle changes to this. So this is a neat card, a fancy fold card. You can do several different things with it. If you have different punches, you can do different punches. This just happens to be the daisy punch that I'm doing with it, but you can do this with rectangles. You can do it with shapes and stuff. And what we are going to do is take a piece of 8.5 by 11, and we are going to cut this at 5.5.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Marianne. Marianne, are you driving and watching Facebook Live? Because that seems...
You can drive and listen.
Right. Because that's what I do in the car. I just told you that. I play YouTube videos while driving. I don't watch them. So, and I'm scoring at 7 1/4, or not scoring, I'm sorry, I'm cutting at 7 1/4. So our paper size is a little bit different this time. So 7 1/4 by 5.5. And then along my 7 1/4 side, I am going to score at 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to score again at, I got to see my thing here, 5 3/4 inches. And let's grab the bone folder here and crease these guys. Fold and give them a good crease here. All right, we will set that aside. Now let's go to Peekaboo Peach.
Peachy.
Peekaboo Peach, retired. So if you have some of this, this helps use this up. Use this with this paper. Use up this paper because I know some people bought extra. They bought extra ink and stuff, but it's no longer being carried. So you are eventually going to run out of this. The Peekaboo Peach we are going to cut at, let's see here, 1 3/8.
Hi, Janice.
Hi, Janice. We are doing Throwback Thursday here. 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. And when you guys, we're actually going to do 2 sheets of that. When you guys read, I'm curious, I was working on something earlier today, so I'm curious how you guys think on this. When you see like 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, do you like it in the fraction? Or if you write 7.25, does everybody know what that is? And do you have an issue when you see it at that instead?
I'm old school. I don't like it as a point.
You don't like it as a point, you like it as a fraction?
Yeah.
I'm kind of that way. I usually do them, most of them as fractions, but I was working on something earlier that it wasn't liking me to put the fraction. Well, it was, sometimes it changes where it will do, my computer automatically, when I write 1/2, it will make it like little small, it will make it smaller so it will say like 1 1/2, and it will make the 1/2 smaller. But if you do like 3/8, it won't make the 3/8 smaller. So then you have mixed, you have like
3 slash.
part of your fractions are big and part of them are small, and to me that looks weird.
Why don't you just write it out big on all of them?
Well, I have to change the settings because the computer automatically does it. So I got to go back in and figure out how to change that setting. That's why I was wondering. I started thinking about it. So now I'm going on to the Picture Perfect party, and I'm going to do 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I was just curious if anyone else, how you guys think it in your head. I know my fractions definitely better. I have to sometimes look up. I had to look up like what 3/8 was in a decimal because I wasn't sure. And we're doing 2 of these, 1 1/4. I'm excited to say I'm on top of my game by 4 1/4, and got this blog post already written. I just got to get a picture of this, and then well, that's not going to be right. It's not 4 1/4. It's got to be 5 1/4. Because those are going to be too short. Let's try that again at 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. That's going to be right. All right, make sure I change that. As I say, I've already got the directions and everything written up on the blog. I guess I'll write the correct directions next.
Laura's like me. She likes the fractions.
Likes the fractions too?
Yeah.
I do agree.
Us old schoolers, we grew up on standard imperial measurements, so we're used to that versus all this.
I'm surprised actually, Josh, because you did construction. I would think in construction you guys would have done.
Yeah, but in construction you call stuff out by the fractions, by
That's
what the
true.
measurements are in a tape.
That's true. So who does it in decimals? Why? Because my son had to learn decimals in school, so there must be a reason why. Someone must do it that way.
I would think you'd either do it as fractions, normal imperial, or you'd go over to metric.
don't know. Okay, so Whisper White I'm going to do at 4 by 5 1/4. And I didn't want to tell Jacob that he doesn't need to learn it, you know, because that's probably not right. Okay, now that's all of our cuts. So you guys got to go onto the blog too and look and see. I've been kind of trying a couple different ways how I've been writing directions and tutorials. I'm trying to figure out the best way to write them out and how people like them and everything. So you'll have to go in and comment on the ones you see that you like. Okay, now I am going to stamping. This is the Daisy Delight stamp. This stamp set is still available, and it is not retiring for the next catalog too.
Nice.
So, because I don't know how much we can say, but I'm just gonna say there might be another item kind of coming out like this that kind of goes together with it. So they're keeping this one around. And we are going to do our Daisy Delight in, did I call this Coastal Cabana?
I don't think you did.
This is Bermuda Bay, actually. I was calling it thinking Coastal Cabana all morning, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait a second, this is Bermuda Bay. Because it's just a little bit darker. And I'm going to stamp or ink. I got a full set of blocks from Stampin' Up. These blocks are nice blocks. They're nice and big and heavy. They help just like stamp better images because you can get it. It's just heavier. It's the thicker, heavier. So to get it all flat and balanced and everything, they're nice. Okay, we're gonna stamp 2 daisies in Coastal Cabana. And then I'm gonna take my daisy punch. And for the for any of the punches, in order to line up, you turn them upside down, line them up so that you can see where you're cutting at. You guys hear my dogs barking? That means someone's at the door. So line it up and then punch. Wondering if it's the UPS man. This is about what time they come. UPS or FedEx. Except I don't know that I was expecting anything. That's the only odd thing. So my punch got stuck in there. If your punch gets stuck, just pull it out, and then I just do that. Break up all the pieces that are in there, and then we're back in action.
How appropriate is that?
Oh, look at this! You guys are going to be excited. Let's bring that here.
Oh, it's heavy. I'm guessing it's paper.
You're ready? Oh, set it up there. Well, I'm punching.
Set it up where?
Oops. You can set it up right here, so they can see. They can't see what you're looking at.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. Okay.
You probably don't want that on there.
I'll do a box opening. Okay, I got my 2.
Got the dogs all fired up. Thank you, Mr. UPS man.
Yes, but he didn't ring the doorbell though, I don't think.
No, he just walked up
Holy
there.
moly, it's heavy.
But you know, the brown truck is not.
Oh, this won't be that exciting, but I know what's in there now. I just thought of it. But that's okay, I'll still show you guys. Okay. Now, I got my little daisies done. Now what I'm going to do in this little center area of my daisy, and I only have to do this on one, I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay.
Do a dollop for Daisy.
I'm going to do a little dollop. And my Bermuda, ooh, a brand new dauber. Hasn't been used yet. So exciting. This is like, I know. Seems weird, huh? That I get that excited over it. Okay, And I'm just going to dub, dub, dub right in the center there, just to give it a little color. Can you see it? Daubed it in the center.
You can see it. I was trying to see, lay that other card up on top of the box here so we can see as you're
This one?
building it out. Oh, I see. You got
We're building.
a doohickey going on.
I got a doohickey going on.
I know it's sideways, but I'm gonna put it up like that. So you can see it.
Yeah, we can set it up here. Look at this.
That's fine. That works.
How's that?
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. Fancy. Okay, now I'm gonna take and glue these together. Just because tape runner our snail isn't quite strong enough for this. When you glue these together, make sure you off center them a little bit, or make sure all your little petals are showing. If you line it up exactly, your petals aren't going to show. So there we go. I twisted it while I was playing with the little pieces there.
Gotta get proper petal alignment.
Yeah, I know, and I was waiting. Okay, now I always have to look this word up. Oh, they're over here.
You're fine.
The faceted gems. These are I always have to look to see what it is. They're called faceted gems.
Multifaceted.
Just faceted.
Just faceted.
They're actually clear faceted. It's these. And let's put this right in the center. Now, if I would have been smart, I would have shown you guys, but I wasn't smart enough to bring this down with me. Did you know you can color these? I could have taken the Bermuda Bay and colored that gem.
You color it from the backside so it shines through, or what?
Oh, I could have colored just right over the top.
Top.
Now, I don't know. This one's faceted, so it might have looked
But
a
you
little
have
funny,
that-
but you can do that with the little, what are those little
Markers.
diamond things and all your little embellishments. You can color them. Okay, moving along. I'm a little sidetracked today.
Go team, go.
Okay, let's layer these guys together while I have them out. Let's get back on track here. Quit goofing off. We're gonna layer these guys together. Just like this. Can you guys see what I'm doing?
We can see it. I'm
Good.
moving closer for everyone.
Good, good, good. I'm just gonna continue with glue with my Tombow. Just because I like it. I could do this with snail, but got my Tombow out, so let's stick with it. Tombow's cheap, easy to use, dries clear, sticks to your fingers. Tape runner, quick, easy, doesn't stick to your fingers. Okay. Now, on our base, we're going to take this and put this on each flap of our base. What's funny is this card, I guess it's because I'm talking. It's pretty simple and really shouldn't take too long to do, but it seems to be taking me, I'm a little slow on it. That's okay. You guys like it, huh? Listen to me telling stories. So tonight, I'll tell you guys what I'm doing tonight. Look at this is totally I'm still about a quarter of an inch off on here, my measurements. So I gotta go back and correct my measurements because look at, they're a little short on each side. That's okay. So tonight, Jacob has to do for school, has to do 20 hours of community service. Maybe my whole card is not the right size. Did I measure this correctly. He's got to do 20 hours of community service. That's what it is. My card is off. My base, I didn't measure my base correctly.
All right, just a little extra border.
What will be too big to fit in an envelope. So he has to do 20 hours of community service each year. So we've been working on our community service. I'm just shearing this down to 5.5, which is what it's supposed to be. And now everything's gonna fit suddenly. Surprise! So tonight, we are going to go down and make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the homeless.
PB&J.
PB&J. Okay, so this white piece is going to go in the center. Now, you can do this a couple different ways. You can measure this and figure out your halfway mark. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kind of just line it up by hand in here where it's going to be. I'm going to shut my flaps here, and I'm just going to make a little tiny mark right there because I want my word to show through in this little area. So I got my mark made, and now I'm going to take I think this is a pretty thank you stamp. If you're looking for a thank you stamp, this is a good size one, and just pretty script, pretty font. I sound like if you guys ever watched The Middle, Brick. He was a font. He always liked fonts. He talked about the different fonts. I sound like Brick talking about, I like this font. Okay, and then I'm just going to go and center, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, I did that by hand. This could likely be off center. It probably centered, but it may not be straight. If you are very particular on your stamping, you need to make sure that you do your measuring and figure out your line to make sure that that's straight. I am not that particular. So if it's off, it's off. And I'll tell you who's going to notice if it's off.
No one.
Me.
That's it.
That's it. No one else is going to notice it. You guys are, because I pointed it out now. But really,
It looks good.
Well, it looks good here, but when I get it in the card, we'll be able to tell a little bit more.
Once the sides close down.
So now down in the bottom, you can see down here, I did a little flower down there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look it. Check this out. Look at this.
You found something new. It's the center.
It's the center, I bet you. Watch. I had no idea.
Here you were using all your other embellishments.
Well, I used just my dauber, but look at, it's got a little center thing. I didn't stamp the stamp, but check it out. Let's try it. Huh.
Look at that. It's even got the texture and everything.
Look at that.
Snazzy.
Now there's another one too. Why do you think there's two? I guess if you want to do two different colors. Let's do this one on the other side. Let's see what this one is.
Two different styles.
Well, this one, I bet you could do, because this one's like a solid one.
Oh, do a solid and then
And then, yeah, you can do like, do this in a
Layer.
color. Yeah, and then come back over it and do that other one on top of it, like in a black or something, and it would put the texture on top of your color. Check that out.
especially if you use a light color like yellow or something.
Or you can daub it.
Yep. Well, that's
Yeah.
the fast way.
Yeah, hey, I just saw that. Pretty cool. Okay, back on track. Back on track. We're on track. We're good. This is the one I did on the other one, so we'll follow through with this one. Put my little dot back over there so I can find it again. And in this bottom right corner, I'm just going to boop.
Nice.
Okay. Now, depending on your dot you made over here, you may have to erase it so that it doesn't show. Okay, now let's take our card and we're going to put this inside. I'll do tape runner on this here. This actually would be better. I should have done glue. You probably want to do glue on the inside of this one, but that's okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to center this up here. Oh, actually, look at, I did do it pretty straight. See, that's where I thought I'd be able to tell if it was angled a little bit or not, but not too bad.
You eyeballed it.
I eyeballed it and managed to pull that off. And then our finale, grand finale here, we're going to put this daisy on. Now,
It's a flower flap.
it's a flower flap. Keep in mind, what are we going to do when we turn this daisy over? We are not going to glue the whole back side.
Makes it really hard to open the card.
Makes it harder to open the card. And that's something I would do. So I'm going to tell you that ahead of time. I am going to use glue on there to keep it on stronger. So, where'd my glue go? Oh, there it is.
Hard to say.
So, I'm going to only glue the very tops of just a few of these petals. Tippy tops. Don't glue all the way down the petal. Don't glue all the petals. Don't do the whole thing, just the tippy tops. And then, bam, put that on. Now I'm going to show you a trick right this second. Just because we're using glue, we don't really want that to move. I'm actually going to take this block and just set this on it right here. It's got the gem on it.
Till the glue sets.
Yep, just let that glue sit for a second just to get it so it doesn't move around. Okay, that is our card. What do you guys think? Did you like it? So on Throwback Thursdays, I'm trying to do a product that we're trying to use up, old product that we're trying to use up, but I'd like to include a product that either is retiring or is in the current catalog. We'll be retiring from the current catalog. And what was I going to say? What does everybody think of that? Are you guys liking that for Throwback
Laura
Thursday?
gave it a big flashy thumbs up.
All right. I like that. And then also, though, what I tried to tell people is keep in mind, this card can be done in whatever you want. I mean, you could do it in different papers and a different punch on there and make it a totally different design.
Different season or whatever.
Yeah, so always remember that, and that's hard. That's especially as new stampers, that's really hard for a lot of us new stampers because we're not visual that way. You see something and you think it's got to be just like that. It doesn't have to be just like that. You can take that exact same pattern and turn it into something else. So always try to keep that in mind. Okay, there we go. There's our card for today. Throwback Thursday.
Looks very similar to the other one over here.
That's perfect. I was going for similar, but you can see I did it a little different because I did this peach down here. It actually would have been probably really pretty with peach back here, and I probably even could have stamped it, and you could have saw it in that because that peach color was light enough.
Light, yeah.
That would be really pretty too. Okay.
The white looks nice though.
So, you guys want to see what's in the box?
Sure.
What does everyone think?
Let's do a live
Who's
unboxing.
out there? Who's out there? Anybody out there? Thumbs up? See what's in the box?
A couple people watching.
You guys want to see?
Check it out.
I can tell you it's unfortunately not going to be overly exciting, which is unfortunate because what an opportunity to show you guys like cool stuff. But so remember I told you guys about the clearance stuff, right?
Oh, that's right. You ordered that stuff.
So what happens when you do clearance stuff? This is what happens when I see clearance stuff.
Bubble wrap.
Look at what I got. Ba, ba, ba. I got cardstock paper. This is why you watch the clearance rack. This was like $4 for my cardstock. And these are not retiring colors. This is Puppy Parade and Garden Green, I think. Can't remember for sure. That was from the Santa's Workshop at Christmas time. That's why they clearanced it out because it's all labeled. They had them all labeled and everything.
All bundled together.
Well, and all bundled together. Well, even though they're still selling 12 by 12 papers of all this, but they can't sell it in this bundle like this anymore. So they clearanced it all out.
Sweet.
Then
8.5 by 11.
8.5 by 11. This is Toil and Trouble. The packs, same thing. They couldn't, because they had it all labeled, they had to clearance it all out, and it's all still regular colors. Granny Green, Pumpkin Pie, Gorgeous Grape, and Black. And look at this. You guys want to laugh at this? Check this out. This is 6 sheets of each. Watch this. Bam. Bam. I shouldn't do this in front of my husband. Bam.
It was on clearance though, so.
Bam. 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 Bam.
That's a lot. But look at, you got a nice stack to.
Look at that. I know, it was on clearance. That's all paper that I would buy normally. So then we go to, ready for this one? Festive Farmhouse. Cherry Cobbler, Ivory, and another one of the greens. Whichever one this one is. So, same, let's watch this one. Bam. 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 Only 5 of those.
What? Those are all one color?
No.
They're bundles.
There's what is that called? It's the off-white, whatever that off-white color is called.
Bone color.
And this might be Old Olive. I can't remember. Old Olive and Cherry Cobbler. I can't see it in there. And then they clearanced out All Is Bright.
Man, more festive.
So I think this one's Call Me Clover, Garden Green, and Real Red. Bam. 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 Bam.
It's no wonder that box was so heavy carrying it down here.
I know. What do you think I ordered? Bricks?
No, I knew it was paper.
And then, when you're a demonstrator, you get to order some things on your own. Some things that the regular customers don't get to order. It's just for demonstrators. So this is stamping your way to the top. So when you become a demonstrator, I can make cards for my team that says, "Welcome to my team."
Nice.
Your way.
What a dazzling demonstrator.
Love it, live it, share it. That's our little tagline motto. Yeah. So I got that, and then this one's also just demonstrators only, and this one is
Paper pumpkin.
all over just the paper pumpkin stuff.
Oh.
So those are a couple stamp sets that they offer just to demonstrators. So I got a couple of those. So that's the unboxing. You guys saw it. I know it wasn't overly exciting. Okay, and I'm going to show this quick. It's not going to be long because you're going to wait till Friday. Friday's tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Friday.
I know. Tomorrow at noon, we're going to do, and there's more to this, but this is just a sneak peek of just a little taste of tomorrow, which is featuring, don't forget, our Southern Serenade. And if you order using the host code that we're going to give out, that's going to be posted on here, and it's posted all over. You'll see it on my blog. You'll see it on my website. You'll see it on Facebook. But with that host code this week, you will get all the stuff for this to make this. Here it comes. There's more to it. I just love the colors. I think they're fun. There's one
keeping with that spring theme.
It is. And there's one other color that it's going to be incorporated too, but this is, look at, it's not done yet.
There we go.
Cool. So tune in tomorrow at noon and you will get to see that because it's going to be fun. And hope everybody has a great Thursday. I'm going to head off in a couple hours and make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Have a good night. Bye-bye.